everybody, and welcome to the 42nd episode of the MyMuddlings podcast. I'm your host, and my name is Julianne, and I can be found on Ravelry as Lovebird Lane. I'd just like to take a moment to thank all of you for spending some time with me today. I'd like to really extend a very special welcome to new viewers. I really hope you enjoy the podcast. If you do, please do leave a like. And if you really love it, please do click that subscribe button. It helps me to expand the podcast to new viewers. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for joining me. It means a lot that you come back week after week to spend some time with me. So first things first, I guess I'll get on with the housekeeping, which is pretty much just talking about our year-long knit-along that is running over on the MyMuddlings podcast Ravelry group. You can find all of the details there. I will put the splash card up on the screen just so that you can see some brief details about it, and please do join us if you would like to. We have some wonderful sponsors, and you do get bonus yardage for purchasing anything and using any of the products from our sponsors, including myself. Alright, so I'm going to try and keep this short today and keep the blathering to the minimum, but it is me, so, you know, it may end up spiraling. But I do have a lot to do. I haven't managed to do any dyeing this week as yet. It is Thursday. I think it's June the 15th. And that means I've only got 2 more weeks after this week to get my dyeing prepared for my market on the 1st of July, which I'm super excited about. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Simon is my husband, if you're a new viewer. He actually has next week off, so I'm going to have to try and get him to entertain himself for some of the week so that I can get some work done. But yeah, so I need to get some dyeing done this afternoon, which is going to be fabulous with this face of makeup with my dust mask on. It's going to get a bit grotty in there. But yes, I've got to get some dyeing done this afternoon, so I'll try and keep this short. Look, I'm already blathering. Can you believe it? It took me, what, 2 minutes? Anyway, as you can see, I'm wearing my understoried again. I have been wearing this virtually non-stop since I completed it. I love it a lot. And for any of you that are interested, we still do have those kits for a great price over in the Lovebird Lane Etsy shop, where you can purchase this colour of yarn in enough quantities to either make the scarf, which is 1 skein, or the wrap, which is what I am wearing, which is 3 skeins, along with the pattern from Erin of Remade by Hand Designs. So yes, if you are interested, head over to lovebirdlaneyarns.etsy.com and you'll see the listing over there. Alright, so I can start with an FO, which is sitting here behind me, and I actually haven't worn this as yet. I haven't taken my FO post pictures. I haven't trimmed my ends or anything, but it has been washed and blocked. So I did show this off last week, and this is the Willow Fall Cowl, which is by Erin of Remade by Hand Designs. So this is knit from my own yarn. I dyed up 2 skeins of this only, and this was over the Rhone, which was inspired by I believe it was a Van Gogh painting, which was like the stars over the ocean. Well, it's not the ocean, it's a river. But you know what I mean. It smells good. I've washed this with my Tuft Woolens soap. So it's smelling quite beautiful. And this is, it's a cowl. It's quite a long, deep cowl, as you can see. And it has lace that gradually, I guess I could... Where does it start? So basically you start off doing mostly stockinette with a little bit of lace, and then gradually the lace increases on either side to create a full band of lace by the very end. So this was super quick. I think I showed this off last week, and I think I'd only just sort of really started. I was probably about halfway through, I think. And yeah, it was really got, the lace got quite intuitive by the end, and I sort of sped through it. Didn't take very long at all. And I got the perfect measurements when I blocked it, so that was good. I was pretty glad with that, because often my gauge is a little bit out, but that was perfect measurements. So yeah, I really, really like this. As I said, I haven't worn it yet because I blocked it, and because it's been really cold here, it was really hard to get it dry. So It's been sitting around for a few days just to ensure that it is actually dry. But the lace opened up really, really nicely. I'm really happy with that, and I really like the base. This is my peach face fingering, which is nice and soft. So, and it's got great stitch definition. So yeah, that's my Willow Fall test knit, and I believe this is going to be out in the first week of July. Don't quote me because I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's about when it's going to be out. So that one used, what did I use? I used 354 yards, so I used almost the whole skein. I used 90 grams out of the 100 gram skein, so that's around about 354 yards or 323 meters. And I knit this on a 3.75 mil needle, which is a US 5. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So I just need to, now that it's dry, take some FO pics and then I can share those. So that's my cowl. That was my one finished object, and like I said, that I sped through that. That took no time at all, which was great because I was cutting it so fine with the understoried that it was really nice to get that one done super quickly. So I guess I can power on to my works in progress. And the first one is my In Dream socks, and I just haven't had the brain space really lately to work on too much at night. I'm finding I'm getting really tired. You might notice that I'm still sounding a little bit ill, which I am, but I'm not dwelling on it anymore. I am, you know, what you give your energy to grows, so I'm just ignoring it. But yes, so I haven't had the brain space, so I've been working on my sock, and I don't believe I had the heel in last week, but I have now put in my Fish Lips Kiss heel, and I'm still loving this yarn. It is just gorgeous. And I've only really sort of just started the foot. I think I'm about an inch away from the heel, so yeah, these I didn't take them yesterday, didn't take it yesterday when I went to pick up Simon, which I probably should because I was there super early. I was there about half an hour before he finished, so yeah, I was there super early, and I didn't take them, but I probably should have. So yes, that's my my waiting knitting when I go to pick up Simon from work, so that's where I've got with that. The next one is a new project that I have started, and because I was inspired by one of my lovely customers and Instagram followers, Denali. I hope I'm saying your name right if you watch the podcast. Hello. I hope I'm saying your name right. And she made this crochet shawl, and I believe the pattern is called a scarf. I think it's called the granny triangle scarf, it is called. And I hope you can't hear it, but Granger is groaning at me over on his bed because I've locked him in here with me because I close all the doors to try and keep the lovebird noise out, because they can be quite loud. And Granger is in here with me because I know he'll fret if I leave him in the rest of the house while I'm locked in here, and he's over there and he's making so many groaning noises. I think he's a bit annoyed that I'm talking to you guys instead of paying attention to him, but anyway, he'll live. As I was saying, Denali was crocheting these big shawls, so I really liked it, and because I had no clue how to, like, I'm a crocheter, I know how to crochet, but I was like, how on earth do you start one of these? I contacted her and she told me that she was using a pattern, and the pattern was, like I said, the Granny Triangle Scarf, and that is by Jamie Louise. And this pattern, I believe, is actually designed for Karen cakes, and as you all know, I have quite a few of those in stock. So I dug out my funfetti. This is what I've got left of my very floppy leftover ball of my Karen cakes, and I am this far along, so I thought maybe I'd chuck this out on the table when I do my market and see if somebody would like it. So they turn out pretty big, as you can see, so I've still got another couple of stripes to go, and then it has tassels applied to the corner ends, so that's pretty cute. So yeah, I've just been sort of working on this on and off. It is a free pattern on Ravelry, and the only thing that's kind of kicking my butt is I'm very used to and very comfortable with doing single crochets crochets and double crochets, but this is in treble crochet. So you start with double, so this middle bit, this little like bit here, that's all double crochet, and then you go to treble, which you finish, you know, you go all the way. I guess that's what gives it the size, is that you're using that taller stitch. But yeah, it's kicking my butt because I'm not comfortable with it. Because if you don't know, double crochet, you basically you wrap the yarn, you yarn over before you go through, so you have 2 extra strands on the hook that you then loop the yarn through. A treble, you have to yarn over twice before you go through and pull, so you have 3 different loops, and like 3 extra loops past the one that you already had. And yeah, because I've never used it that I can think of, I just don't have the muscle memory for it, and every time I automatically go to doing a double crochet instead of a treble, so I'm really having to think yarn over through, yarn over through, just to try and get my brain to catch up. So yeah, that's my shawl. Denali does these super quickly. That's why I started making this, because she has knocked out, I think, 3 of these in the last week, and this has taken me forever. Not that I've worked consistently on it or monogamously on it or anything like that, but yeah, I just can't believe how quickly she's prolific. So yeah, this is something that I'm just picking up and working on a little bit at a time. I've been a little bit annoyed with this ball of yarn, however, because it has had 3 knots in it so far, and the Karen cakes are almost kind of a bit of a, it's not really a gradient as such, but you can kind of see, hopefully on this stitch here, that there's sort of a slight gradation between like the pink and the purple, so it kind of just smooths that transition. But there was a knot here, so you basically go from bright orange to bright purple, and that happened one other area in the shawl, so I'm not very impressed with that. But I mean, what are you going to do? It is what it is. So I basically just cut the knots that they had and then did a Jane Richmond magic knot and hoping that they hold. So yeah, that's this. I'm just nutting away on it. I'm using a 6mm hook. It's a higher hook. I got this from Fresh Stitches, actually, in a kit from Fresh Stitches. So it's my higher. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a higher 6mm hook, and that's what I'm working my triangle granny scarf shawl thing from. So my final work in progress that I have is one that I have dug out, it was actually my Christmas Eve cast on last year, I noticed, and it was my remake of the Pomme de Pin, which is a pattern by Amy Christophers. And this is being knit from, now this is going to be, it's a bit messy, there's lots of ends and all sorts, and needles and things hanging out of it, so bear with me as I try to arrange what I'm going to show you. Yes, so this is the Pomme de Pin, and this is being knit from Knit Picks Stroll Sport, which I obviously got from Knit Picks, but they only have it available in bare, so once I started dyeing yarn, I decided to use one of my colourways. So this is Wisteria Arbor, but it's a little bit oddball. It's got far more white in there than it should have. At least 1 or 2 of the balls had a lot more white. So I am alternating skeins just to even that all out, but you can, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I finished the very top of the back with just 1 ball. So you can see that these bright lighter areas here, and that's all a little bit more consistent along here, and that's because I used the darker ball to complete the top of the shoulders or the back. So yes, I have finished the body and the back, and I've just started the collar section. Look at this yarn bath at the back here. because that's my shoulder shaping here. I still wanted to alternate the skeins, but because the collar needs to be knit up, so that it's going to basically knit up and around the back of my neck is the piece that I'm working on. So I still wanted to maintain the alternating of the skeins to give that you know, the more even, because pretty much if I chose one or the other, it's going to be this kind of mottled colour up to here, and then it's either going to be dark or it's going to be light coming up. So I didn't want that, you know, that line sort of across here after the shoulder shaping that's just going to be a completely different colour. Well, not a completely different colour, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm still alternating the skeins, so I looped the yarn for me to, you know, weave in all the ends later. But yes, I've just started the collar section, and the pattern says approximately 40 rows or so that it fits. I'm just going to do the 40 rows. It doesn't really bother me. I'm pretty sure that's what I did last time when I knit it. I just did what was recommended. And I mean, if it's a bit short, it's knitting, it'll stretch. I'm really not worried. I guess the only problem will be if it's like massively longer than it should be. That could be a bit awkward, but I can always, because it's going to be, it's really interesting construction. So basically your shoulders are going to you know, be grafted together. So that's your shoulder, and then the collar comes up, and the collar will then go sort of vertically across the back of the sweater, if that makes sense. So you see that sort of, you know, I'm knitting this way, so then this was knit this way, so that gets seamed along the top there. So I can probably easily fudge it in as I go. So those two collar pieces from both sides will come up, get seamed or grafted through the middle, and then the collar will get attached to the top of the back. So yeah, I've done quite a bit since I dug it out. When did I dig it out? On Sunday, I think it was. I've done quite a bit because the back, I was probably down here. I'd only just started the decreases for the armhole. So yeah, I completed the back. I've completed the front, done my shoulder shaping, and now I'm doing my collar. So yeah, I've done quite a bit since I pulled it out, and I don't like, in my head I was thinking, you know, oh yeah, I put that away because it was such a struggle alternating skeins and doing the decreases, and I was thinking of all the reasons why I put it away. And then when I dug it out and just started knitting on it, I'm like, what was the big deal? So yeah. Oh, I've got yarn falling out everywhere. I've just got the 2 balls of yarn here in a little project bag that I made myself. This is my sweater size, so it's quite big. So it should fit, you know, a sweater in there. But because I'm actively working on it, I'm not putting it away. I'm just got the bag curled up so it'll hold the 2 balls of yarn that I'm working from. So that's my pomme de pin. I am hoping to get this done by the 1st of July so that I can wear my own hand-dyed yarn sweater to the market to keep me warm. So that would be awesome. So pretty much I've got to finish that left side, do the right side and collar, my button band and my sleeves, and seam it all together. So fingers crossed, knitting mojo for me, please. So yeah, I think I can do it. I think I can do it. Although I did just apply for a test knit with someone, so that might throw a spanner in the works, but that will be done out of my hand-dyed yarn as well, so if I get accepted. So yes, that's everything that I've been working on. Get that off my lap. Needles going everywhere. So that's pretty much everything is everything that I've been working on. What really else is there to talk about? Nothing awesome. I know last week was a little bit like everything is awesome. I sang that completely out of tune, so you know, no copyright infringements. So yes, this week has just kind of been a bit of a blur because we had a long weekend this weekend. Simon and I actually had a date on Saturday night. That was nice because we, you know, obviously we don't have too much money because I don't have an outside of the home job. I only have my yarn, which is in a bit of a lull at the moment, unfortunately. So yeah, we only really have Simon's income coming in. So, but we went, nah, it's a long weekend. Let's go and treat ourselves to a date night. So we went to a pub called the Avoca, which is a little way away from here, in Edwardstown in South Australia. And yeah, we had dinner there. We had a nice meal. We had a couple of entrees and our mains and a beer each, so that was really lovely. It was quite nice surroundings. They had fairy lights and they had an open fire, and yes, that was pretty nice. I quite enjoyed that. We meant to take a selfie together while we were at the restaurant. Of course we forgot, because Simon didn't want to do it when I suggested it, so then we forgot. But we took a photo as soon as we got home to the heater because it was freezing. We got home, chucked the heater on, and I suggested taking a photo in front of the heater because we were so cold. But yeah, no, Simon pulled me over in front of the curtains in the window, so basically opposite of where I'm sitting, and we took our selfie, so that was pretty fun. So that's probably my love at this week, is having a date night, which was very enjoyable. And yeah, so leave it as just being busy. My God, like this week is just flying. I mean, I guess because it's a short week, because Monday was almost sort of a write-off. Because, you know, Simon was home, and I've still been trying to maintain my cleaning schedule, which Monday I didn't really do too well on because it was that long weekend. I did do my vacuuming though over the weekend, so that was pretty good, keeping all the birdseed off the carpet. But since then I've been doing everything. I've been getting my little stickers on my cleaning schedule because I've been putting stickers on every day that I complete what I need to do, which is fun. I've been investigating lots of vegan meals for me to have for my lunch and breakfast every day. I have started incorporating a little bit of meat back into my diet at night, only at dinners, and not every night. It's probably two times a week, I think. We still have meat in the evenings, but I'm trying to have mostly vegan food during the day because yeah, I was having too much cheese, so I figure if I put a vegan rule on myself, then I can't have cheese. Unless, of course, I have vegan cheese, which is very expensive, and I can't afford that anyway. So, yeah, that's sort of the things that that's been happening this week. I need to do some dyeing this afternoon, so I need to go and get this edited and compressing so that I can start some dyeing. I probably have an early lunch, so I'm not fiddling around with food while there's dyes everywhere. And yeah, so that's probably it. The last thing to talk about is my market. If you are in Adelaide in South Australia, I will be having a market in Prospect at Vine Street Plaza, which is at the Town Hall in Prospect on the 1st of July from 9 o'clock in the morning to 1 p.m. So Lovebird Lane's yarns will be there, and I'll have all my stitch markers, I'll have some knitted things, I'll have my yarn project bags. So if you are around the area, please do come and join us over there. I would love to meet you. Please do come and say hi. So yes, that's probably it. I'm not doing any shop updates because I'm on market prep, so there's nothing to talk about there. So I think I will wrap it up. I wanted this to be quick, so I will just wrap it up. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do leave a like. That'd be greatly appreciated. And leave me a comment if you'd like to. I do have a contact me splash card in the credits if you want to find out where you can find me. I'm all over the place. But other than that, I hope you all have an awesome week. Get lots of crafting done, whatever it is that you like to partake in, and I hope to all see you well next week. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye. Are you tired, boy? Are you? Oh, poor puppy. Poor puppy.